were in the car driving home, and our pediatrician called, and she said, "I'm sorry, to let you know, but Garrett's got a mass on his brain."
We first found the tumor. I was dumbstruck basically because the first thing that came to mind was that, oh, that only happens on TV. That's just something from ER,
I mean, I was pretty, shattered when they told me, well, in the hospital, when it was sinking in.
At that moment, you're not thinking the why. You're just how to survive.
After discovering that 4 children, including her 5-year-old son Garrett, had been diagnosed with brain cancer in her Acreage community in 2008, Jennifer Dunsford began wondering if the occurrences were more than just a tragic coincidence.
I just did a bunch of research, and I really wanted to know what we lived around. What we started doing was putting dots on the map that represented the people that have reported their illnesses. The red represent people with brain issues, so that's malignant tumors, benign tumors, brain cysts, and then the blue are other cancers. And you'll notice that, some addresses have 3 dots in them. That means practically every person in the house is sick.
As the reported numbers began to rise, so did the voices of those affected. They began to demand answers to the question now on so many people's mind. Is there a cancer cluster in the Acreage?
We're not trying to scare anybody or alarm anybody, but these doctors told us that it is very, very rare. There's maybe 12,000 diagnosed in the United States. And when you have a neighborhood that every other block or every few houses are popping up, and it's not just children, it's adults. Some have passed.
Joyce Goring lost her 53-year-old husband Thomas to cancer 1 year ago.
He went into the doctor when he turned 50 and said, "I want a complete physical, head to toe, check everything." And the doctor checked his heart, they checked his prostate, they did a complete blood work on him, and he came back fine. And then 11 months later, he collapses in the shower, and he has 3 cancers. Not the same kind of cancer, 3 different cancers. This is unheard of, and that's what everybody kept telling us. The doctors, all the different doctors we were seeing and going to, were saying, they don't see this type of thing. There's something going on.
The state is in the second phase of an investigation to determine if the community has elevated cancer rates. Already officials have identified 23 brain and central nervous system cases between 1995 and 2007, 6 of which involve children.
Cancer clusters of themselves are very uncommon, and finding a cause of what's causing the cluster is even more rare. So we're dealing with, unfortunately, something that science sometimes cannot answer. We are certainly going to give it our best try. Phase 2 will review and recalculate the cancer rates using more recent population estimates and verify if any of the particular brain cancer is more common than expected. It will describe the resident's history and any other risk factors that might be associated with pediatric cancer cases through our epidemiology interviews. What we've been trying to do from the Department of Health is to get to the bottom of the facts and allow the facts to speak for themselves.
As residents continue to wait for test results, some have formed their own opinions on what may be causing the cancers.
We believe it's our environmental. There's just too many cases out here.
We just really want to know, is this normal? Is this just a really awful coincidence? Or is there something going on here, something in our water, soil, air that could be causing this? Because it's not very common in children at all.
I mean, adults, you kind of expect a little bit more, but kids and so young, it just seems crazy, just crazy. And you just want to find out what's causing it to prevent more. And I don't know that they'll ever be able to pinpoint the exact cause, but then that's just the whole next phase of what do we do now once they do find something.
You know, some of these cancers take 20 years to develop in a body. Obviously, some of them don't. But, you know, some of these, if you talk to a doctor, some of these cancers will sit and wait in 20 years and then boom, it hits you.
I need to know what's causing them, and if there is an environmental issue, I need to get it cleaned up because I don't plan on moving. And I need to make sure that this environment is not making her sick.